Welcome back to Tough Talk, video edition number 3. I'm Mike Sawyer, Oliver Copp. Great weekend in Las Vegas. One of the best shows, UFC 132.
Oh, without a doubt, without a doubt. I had so much fun at that show. I mean, seriously, we were standing here just a couple of days ago talking about Tito having no chance against Ryan Bader. And been saying, yeah, but he didn't really get blown out of the water by the other guys. What happened? Bam!
Even worse than that.
Dude.
Even worse for, and you were right there.
Oh yeah, I was going batshit crazy there.
Yeah.
Well, as much as I could, given that it was on press row.
Yeah, you're not allowed.
Nope.
You're not allowed. Let's start in order here for the main card, and we're going to start. What was the opening fight we had? It was not your boy Dennis Siever, which I thought was going to be the opening fight.
Exactly. That's what I thought as well.
Yeah.
I thought either Dennis Siever or they're going to put the Vanderlei fight right out in the very front.
Yeah, and they didn't.
But they didn't. And that's a good thing.
They didn't. Let's start with the main event. We'll work our way down. This has been 2 or 3 days since the show, so Dominick Cruz, Uriah Faber, what did you think?
I actually thought Uriah did a really decent job there. It's probably the correct decision to give it to Dominick Cruz, but not 50-45 as one judge did. But when I watched that score, 3 rounds for Faber and 2 for Cruz, and watching it again on television, I probably overestimated the knockdowns that Uriah delivered.
Yeah.
I'd given rounds 1, 3, and 4, and I probably shouldn't have. So, if one thing remains, I still suck at judging.
Yes, yeah. Well, I had Cruz winning 4-1.
Okay.
I gave Uriah the first round, and I gave Cruz the rest. Well, he dropped 3 or 4 times. He was dropped, but the 2 things that stand out in this fight: 1, he won the wrestling battle.
That's true.
And that was something that I didn't think he was going to do, and he had to do if he was going to be as impressive as he was, and he was. And 2, his scrambles were terrific.
That is also true.
Every time he got knocked down 3 or 4 times, and every time he got knocked down, it was almost instant. He was up, and he got the better of the exchange, he got the better of the scramble, and he was out of trouble.
True.
Each time. And it was funny because I knew somebody that was close down there that could hear Uriah's corner, and Uriah's cornerman thought that he won 4 rounds.
Again, it was a very close fight. Every single round was a toss-up. I wouldn't have wanted to judge this, to be honest. So anything from 50-45 to Cruz to 50-45 to Uriah is actually something that he could make an argument for.
Yeah.
Though, personally, I don't see 50-45 for Cruz in whatever scenario.
It was a good fight, though. Whether he won all 5 rounds or it was a 3-2 or 4-1, both guys put on a tremendous performance. Uriah looked good in defeat. Dominick looked great. And it was a great main event. Capped off a great night.
Absolutely.
A great night. And the fight before that was Vanderlei. And that was the heartbreaker of the night.
Kind of. You kind of felt sort of a hush coming out of the arena for like a split second. And then the people who started out booing Chris started out cheering him after that great KO.
Yeah.
But again, who wants to see a legend like Vanderlei get knocked out like that, especially in a fight where you could almost call it?
I was nervous watching him come out.
Right.
He had a look on his face, like 2 things. He had a look like he was too happy to be there. And he looked neutered. He just had this tranquil, peaceful look that is not Vanderlei Silva. And they get in there, and they start off, and for the first 20 seconds, Vanderlei comes right out, and he does the same thing. Leben would try a leg kick. Vanderlei doesn't try to check the kick. He comes right with punches. Punches and bunches.
Yeah.
Did it the first time. Now the second time, Leben throws the right leg kick, and Vanderlei comes in swinging with both. Lands 2 or 3 shots, gets clipped behind the ear, stuns him, and it's uppercut time.
Yeah.
And he went out quick.
Leben has one good weapon, that's his left. He hit Vanderlei with it, cocked him a couple of times, uppercuts.
2 or 3 on the way down.
Then on the way down, then on the ground, and it was all over.
It was sad. It was sad watching Vanderlei try to put a triangle on the ref. It was sad.
Not that he didn't deserve it.
Not that he did, exactly. But it was sad when they showed the replay. 2 things that stuck out. 1, watching Vanderlei watch the replay.
Yes, he stood there at the cage, had his hands up,
Yeah.
just completely in disbelief. He couldn't believe what just happened.
Neither could I. But I kind of had that feeling it was going to happen. That was sad. And then when they were going to bring him out to, to raise Lieben's hand, you could see Lieben kind of looking over at Vanderlei a little bit. And Vanderlei just walked by him. Lieben tipped his cap to him. And Vanderlei kept walking. So, not the way I wanted to see things. I don't dislike Chris Lieben.
Right.
Heck of a fighter. He delivers. He's been great for him the past 2 years. What an improvement since the show. Sad for Vanderlei.
It is kind of sad. I mean, Chris Lieben has a certain potential, but that gets kind of maximized really quickly. If he's in there with a really good fighter, his head-hunting is not going to do him any good. But
no.
Again, against Vanderlei,
it was a
so sorry guys,
matchup.
we're going to have to say it. His suspect shouldn't really kind of get the result away.
I'm not going to say that. I got to see him.
I saw him the day after.
You did?
He was fine.
You
saw
did?
him at the Cheesecake Factory.
Yes, yeah. For his birthday.
Exactly.
His 35th birthday.
Exactly, over in Green Valley, and he was in good spirits and all. But again, that's not the moment to talk to somebody about the knockout yet.
No, let the guy enjoy his food. You're not going to ask him how his head feels. I mean,
not really.
He got rocked, he lost. Hats off to Chris Lieben. We don't know what's next for him, but it's something big. Vanderlei, we really don't know what's next.
See, the thing is, in this day and age, you probably can't be a part-time fighter anymore. And Vanderlei, his first and foremost goal has been to grow his gym over the past couple of years. He's been a trainer.
Yeah.
He's really inspirational. He's got the kids' play area, which is
oh, they love him. Yep.
Absolutely.
Got one of the nicest gyms in town, if not the nicest.
But if you're going to be fighting guys who train, nothing else,
yeah,
it's going to be your downfall.
And it was. It was painful to watch, sad to watch. What wasn't painful and sad, and I can't believe this, was the Tito Ortiz fight.
It's 3 days later or 4 days later now. I still can't believe what we witnessed there. It's not that it just happened to catch it. Bader with a lucky clip, knocked him out cold. He knocked him down.
Mm-hmm.
Bader tried to shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Tito grabbed a guillotine, made it look easy, and 10 seconds later, Bader tapped.
It was crazy because I don't know if he was going in for a takedown, or at the same time he tricked him and shot the right, but he came with that right and clocked him. Next thing you know, he's dropping hammer fists, and Bader said afterwards that he was knocked out from the punches, and he woke up in the guillotine.
Exactly.
And to Tito's credit, when I first seen Tito try for the guillotine, I'm like, no, do not do it. He's going to pop his head out and get right on top of you. But Tito locked it up, cinched down. Bader was out already. He tapped. Tito kept it on a little longer, put the squeeze on, and that's all she wrote. And the funny thing is, one of the biggest moments probably that, for me, in UFC history for me.
It definitely ranked up with when Randy beat Ted Sylvia and when Chael Sonnen fought Anderson Silva and Anderson came back. This was really a memorable moment. Crazy.
Tito's like in 2 of my moments. I was there at Mandalay Bay. Well, no, not the Randy spanking.
Right.
I was there at Mandalay when when Chuck thumbed him in the eye. And is that Mandalay? Probably. When he got the thumb in the eye and he, what was it, UFC 47, 49? When he hit him on the fence, he knocked him out in the first fight.
That was UFC, the first one, first Chuck and Tito fight.
Yeah.
UFC 40-something.
That was
almost 60, 66.
Yeah, that was a big memory for me too. So Tito's in 2 of them. Hats off to the guy. He collected.
Mm-hmm.
He certainly collected. Was he $450,000 he got for his salary?
The thing is, he got a lot more than that because now he's got at least 2 more fights on his UFC contract. One of those is probably going to be a semi-main event. So
back against the wall. Nobody believed in him.
It's a good story.
It is. It's Tito. It's Tito. It was a Tito moment.
I was speaking to Steve Cofield before the fight, who was sitting right next to me, as Booker was announcing Tito as a submission fighter. And I'm like, Steve, when has Tito ever won a fight by submission? He was like,
Yuki Kondo?
Well, yeah, but that's like 10 years ago.
35 years ago?
And 4 minutes later, Tito's declared winner by submission over a guy who just was 1 step away from being the #1 contender for the title.
Boy, what does Book Vader?
I feel bad about one thing, though, because a lot of people have started coming up and saying, well, it just proves that Bader's a bum and Tito really isn't that good. And listen.
The fight was a work.
Fight is a work.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started on that.
Don't get me started on that.
But, guys, at least have the decency. If you're wrong, admit to it and not make up fucked up excuses. I'm the master of being wrong. Take it from me.
Believe it. Well, you guys know from the board. He can't. Although you did bet on Tito.
11-0 for this card.
You really?
Clean sweep.
Let's get to the other two fights here. Dennis Seaver, your boy. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I had him losing the fight 29-28.
That's definitely within the realm of probability.
I was in shock. I had Dennis win in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
He clearly lost the second round.
Absolutely, no question.
And in my book, he lost the third.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know that's your boy. You were translating. Everybody was happy to see you. Well, hear you at least.
Well, the thing is, it's a close fight. The first round, I think, was clearly Dennis. Second one was as clearly Dennis as you could tell in the first round.
Yeah.
Second one was very clearly for Wyman.
Yeah.
The third round was a toss-up. However, when three judges have the exact same result for every round.
And Dana.
Well, Justin Bieber hadn't had Wyman winning.
Who?
Again, Justin Bieber.
Anyhow.
Same position. Anyhow.
Okay.
The thing is, I wouldn't have been mad if they had given it to Wyman. I would have understood it.
Yeah.
But all things considered, what did he do in the third round? He shot the one takedown after the other.
He got one takedown.
Got clipped, and nothing happened.
I had him winning, but, you know, and another thing.
We're arguing semantics here.
We mentioned you as a translator.
Right.
Who was the other guy? Did they get him off Craigslist?
It's actually Dennis' head trainer, Nico.
Oh my, what's wrong with that guy? Am I putting you on the spot here?
Listen, he's a really funny dude, really good guy. It's just when you're in the cage in the spur of the moment, everybody's watching you, you kind of get nervous when you don't speak the language.
Chris Tucker's a funny guy. I mean, I don't want to see him in a cage act like that. That was horrible.
Again,
I never wanted to see it so bad on TV.
There is room for improvement there. It's just
oh my God, a Craigslist. Never mind. We won't go into it. The last fight, Carlos Condit.
Dong Hyun Kim.
First of all, it was Kim got an excellent takedown to start that fight. And then Condit with a beautiful sweep. They get to their feet, and the flying knee from hell lands.
And then, zoop.
Done.
Done.
Done. It was over. It was over. A fantastic win for Carlos Condit. His fourth in a row now.
And two back-to-back, which was really impressive knockouts. So
yeah,
he's got to be in line for the GSP Diaz winner.
He probably is. He should be.
I would like to see him 10 times more than John Fitch, for instance.
He should be. He should be. Let's run real quickly. Anthony Njokuani in one kick. I had to mention you, Anthony. You looked terrific in that fight. I know you were a little embarrassed afterwards because you couldn't knock him down. How many times did he knee him in the face?
I couldn't believe how Andre Winters kept getting up and standing there.
He wasn't even getting up. He never went down.
I thought he was done after like that first barrage of that first round.
Jesus.
I kind of looked like Anthony was punching himself out there for a while because the second round he kind of fell into a big hole.
Yeah.
But by the third round he was back there.
It was great.
Fight. Absolutely dominated Andre Winter.
Yes, he did.
So, hats off.
Hats off to One Kicks, Jim, too, who's done a wonderful job with Stephen Bonner, as well as the protege, Anthony Njokuani, Steve Cantwell as well.
The invoice is in the mail, by the way.
He knows that. I'll meet him for breakfast tomorrow. Also, Melvin Gillard, I know we're short on time here. Melvin Gillard looked terrific. He improves constantly. 155, he's up there. He's in the mix.
He should probably be very much in the running for one of the next title shots.
He's up there. He's definitely up there. And Rafael Dos Anjos, out of nowhere. George Soteropoulos pushed the pace, rushed in. I'm thinking, wow, he looks pretty good. And all of a sudden, he takes a punch backing up, and he's out. Good night, it's over.
It's bad for George because at his age, losing two back-to-back, if he ever gets into title contention, it's probably going to be 40 by the time he's there. So
40. I don't like that number. And it's coming up for me. It's coming up for me real soon.
But at least he didn't get dropped into your last fight, so.
Not yet.
Oh, by the way, Frank Mir's waiting outside for you.
Is Gray out there with him?
Nope.
Bring him in. Bring Frank Mir in here, too.
Right.
Bring him in.
See, what you need to know is this house is a secured fortress.
Yeah.
He has a retina scanner out there, and if Frank Mir shows up or any of his other buddies, they get shot at by an automatic cannon. That's how things look. That's why he wants to bring him in.
Yeah, bring him in now. And he's not lying either. But Oliver, it was great to see you,
Always
buddy.
good, man.
This was the second show. UFC 132, great weekend in Vegas. Check out thewrestlingobserver.com. Check out toughtalkmma.com. And when are you coming back into town?
In February for Super Bowl.
We will do another video. Thanks for watching.